The NBA play-in starts tonight, so I'm going to be giving my opinion on every single game. Let's go. First, before I get into the games themselves, I'm getting a little annoyed with the predictions I'm seeing because I, in preparation for this, wanted to check what other people were saying, and every single prediction for the play-in I saw had the exact same winners in every matchup. It was every single one was Warriors, Lakers, 76ers, Bulls. Every single one. And that kind of annoys me because I feel like a lot of these games are pretty toss-up kind of games, so it's weird to me that people are picking the same teams for each one. And I think some people are picking teams just based off of names and not based off of play. But anyways, first I'll go with my least favorite game out of the slate, the Hawks versus the Bulls. Now, this game, in terms of storylines, I'm going to be kind of quickly going over that for each of them. DeMar DeRozan is potentially the most clutch player in the NBA, and this is a single-game elimination game. Also, last year, the Bulls almost knocked the Miami Heat out of the play-in. So this team can play when they want to. If you're out of the loop, they don't have Zach LaVine, they don't have Lonzo Ball. This is Kobe White, who's an MIP candidate. This is DeMar DeRozan. This is Alex Caruso, maybe Ayo Dosunmu, and Nikola Vucevic. And I think when I look at this matchup, at the end of the day, I think the Atlanta Hawks are the more talented team. I know Trae Young has missed some time and is slow getting back to it, but we cannot forget about how dominant Trae can be in these games. And Trae Young, DeJounte Murray, Bogdan, just the entire I almost said Rocks. The entire Hawks roster is just, I think, better than the Bulls. So I'm going to take the Hawks in this one, and I'm not going to apologize for it. I don't think the Bulls are very good. I don't think the Hawks are very good, but I think they have more talent than Chicago. I think I'll just transition into the other Eastern Conference game, which is the 76ers versus the Miami Heat. This is one of the ones I'm anticipating more because both of these teams are kind of fake play-in teams. The Sixers especially, because again, if you're living under a rock, the 76ers were without Joel Embiid for a significant amount of time, which dropped them down to the 7th seed, and now they have him back. And the Sixers have been amazing with Tyrese Maxey and Joel Embiid both playing together. So it seems like the Sixers have a good advantage going into this, and the Heat are known for turning it up in the playoffs when it matters, but it's also important to note that last year they didn't look that great in the play-in to begin with, so it does seem like Miami views the play-in and the playoffs differently. But I'm not just going to give it to the Sixers here. I want to talk a little bit more because I do think this is a very close matchup. Bam Adebayo is one of the better defensive-minded centers in the league. Joel Embiid has had a history of not playing as well in the playoffs when the whistle isn't blown as much. And again, this isn't the playoffs, but the play-in is kind of a simulation for it. And I do think that the Heat can match up against this 76er team. Jimmy Butler, I'm never going to count him out. The Heat are better than they were last year. They have Terry Rozier now. Tyler Hero got hurt in the first round, but he's here to play in this game. They have Jaime Jaquez, who's been one of the more standout rookies of this draft class. So I do want to go Miami Heat on this one, and that is what my gut is telling me, which makes me think I should pick the Miami Heat. But I just can't pick against the Sixers. I'm going to be mad if the Heat win now, but I don't think I can pick against the Sixers in this one. They've just been so good with Maxey and Embiid. Kings Warriors. This is a matchup that has some history to it. Obviously, last year they faced each other in the postseason, and now both of these teams are about to be eliminated in the play-in. So for Sacramento, they are without Malik Monk and Kevin Huerter, so they are undermanned for this game, but they still have De'Aaron. and they still have Sabonis and Keegan Murray and all their guys. As for the Warriors, they're back to full strength. I'm pretty sure Chris Paul is playing in this one as well. So it seems like the odds are stacked against the Kings here. But again, I don't want to count them out of this one. I do think they can win. I think Sabonis is one of the better centers in the NBA, and I don't think the Warriors have the interior dominance to match that. They have Trace Jackson Davis, they have Draymond Green, but I don't know if that's necessarily enough to stop Sabonis. And on the perimeter, you have De'Aaron Fox, and Curry can't guard De'Aaron Fox. Klay Thompson can't guard De'Aaron Fox. Andrew Wiggins hasn't been good. I don't think they're going to rely on him to guard De'Aaron Fox. So when it comes to this one, I do think that the Warriors have a very good chance of doing this. And maybe part of, I'm only going to say this because I dislike the Warriors a lot, and mostly because of their players and their coach, but I'm going to go with the Kings in this one. I'm going to take the upset. I think the Kings have De'Aaron Fox. They have Sabonis, and the Warriors have Steph Curry. But I don't think Klay Thompson, Chris Paul, Pod, Draymond Green, I don't think those guys can complement like De'Aaron Fox and Sabonis do, and I'm going to take the Sacramento Kings to win this one. Finally, my favorite matchup is the Lakers and Pelicans in this one. This is actually the first game on the slate, I'm pretty sure. And I'm recording this pretty late. I don't even know if the video is going to make it out in time. But this is one I keep seeing the Pelicans being counted out against. And I can't blame people for saying that because they have not played the Lakers good. Brandon Ingram is returning from an injury, and the Lakers have been hot recently, so it seems like a no-brainer to pick the Lakers, and I agree, I'm going to take the Lakers. Not a lot of analysis to have here. The Pelicans don't match up well. They don't have a guy who can hang with LeBron on their team, and Anthony Davis. LeBron and the Lakers just seem to have the Pelicans number in this one, so I'm going to take the Lakers to win. I'm going to briefly talk about the rest of the play-in after this round because since I don't know if my predictions are going to be right, I'm not going to spend too much time on it. So I had the Atlanta Hawks winning, and I had the 76ers winning. So this is Heat. Hawks and the Heat are going to be Atlanta. I think that's almost a certainty, and they're going to play the Boston Celtics in the first round. And then I had the Sacramento Kings and the Pelicans in this matchup, and I think the Pelicans are going to make it. So, yeah, I'm taking both of the 7-8s from each round, which seems like a bad idea, but it's hard not to. So, that's all I have for this play-in prediction video. If you enjoyed, make sure to tell me I'm wrong in the comments, and send this video to me in 2 years.